Hello, all you beautiful loud people out there. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Countdown Trilogy, the last episode of the Countdown Trilogy, actually. I'm here with
Yay!
my friend and co-host who can't shut the fuck up before they're introduced.
No, I just said yay because it's the last one. Sorry. Hey y'all, it's Ariah.
I
Welcome
can't
back
believe
to
this. You just
Chzo
ruined
Mythos
our whole
Trilogy.
dynamic with one
I,
word.
I really don't think
You
I
threw
did,
off
but
the
sure,
whole
Jay.
energy of the whole session now. I don't even think I can go through with this anymore.
But yeah, this is the mind. So this is the third
The
and
mind.
final game in the Countdown Trilogy. And another text adventure game, another short one. And after this, it's leading up to 6 Days of Sacrifice, which is pretty exciting. So we got to get through this one. What happened in the last two games? Just as a quick recap.
So the first game,
What's happened so far?
we had Frahorn, right? And Frahorn went and stabbed a dude, the 12th victim of his entire murder spree. And then put the...
Technically 13th if you count Wilbur.
It's true. It's true, actually. 13 murders later, he stabs that last dude, and then puts the knife into a fucking, into the pillar. After putting it into the pillar, he has a whole episode where he prophesizes, and it has everything from 5 Days a Stranger, and pretty much everything in the whole timeline beamed into his mind. And then he writes down the events.
Including stuff we didn't recognize.
Yeah, exactly. But, like, everything that we've seen and a little bit more. And then he what we read was his prophesizing of the 5 Days a Stranger.
Yep.
In the second game, it took place in the
And
far,
he had
far
that blade
future.
that like kind of glowed for a second. That
Exactly.
he put into the pillar, and that blade seemed to be important and was referenced in the next game too.
In the second game, in the far, far future, right? In the far, far future, there's this girl who joins a
It's
cult.
like 21 something.
Yeah, something like
21
that.
some
2189, I think it said, something like that.
Yeah, that sounds right.
She joins a cult, and after joining a cult, she's forced to murder her boyfriend. What she does, she murders specifically Jason from GT Live very quickly, actually. And the fact that Jason from GT Live states...
Jason the egg. It was Jason
the
the
fact
egg.
Jason from GT Live survived 2189, props to him, actually. So maybe he wanted to be put out of his misery at that point. I know I
guess
would
that's a
be.
good point. Maybe he was like immortal and like was like, damn, I really hope that somebody can
Murder me.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
Jeez.
That's why he offered himself
I don't
up
like
to the
this
cult.
bit.
It's not a bit. So Jason from GT Live dies, and then his weird lover type thing that, God, I hope that she was also semi-immortal or something. No, she wasn't because she died later. But so what happened was Delia was her name, actually. She went out to the courtyard after a month or so after murdering, and went out to the courtyard, and there was a bald man, and we all know what's scary about bald people. Bald people, never trust a bald person. I've
the red
never
robe.
trusted a bald person. And you go out to meet the bald person, they're like, yo, if you go get me that knife, I'll set you free, and then you won't have to worry about nothing. I have a whole organization, right? And then she runs down to the cellar, realizes that it's a weighted thing, that she can't take the knife away. She sees a painting with a bunch of stuff that we don't exactly recognize, at least not the first figure. The first figure we don't recognize. The second figure we assumed would be Trilby, but we aren't entirely sure. And the third one was Garriott, the leader of her cult. So then she runs to the kitchen, steals a knife, trades the blade for the butter knife, or bread knife, whichever, and then she runs back up and it's like, yo, bald man, save me. And he says, nope. And then he pieces out. We never see him again.
Yep, that pretty much is what happened.
And the problem is, after that, she then steals a car, crashes, and dies. You know, I'm realizing that there... And what the only thing that we know that is similar between the two is for Horn's blade. So we're assuming in 2386, February 3rd, AD 2386, to be specific, that this is where we're going to see Horn's blade one last time before our last entry into the Chzo Mythos franchise. Ariah, take it away.
All right. Well, I guess that's a good summary of what happened so far. So now it's February 3rd, AD 2386. So this is about a little under 200 years later.
Mm-hmm.
100 and... What, 90 something? Wait. 197?
Something like that, yeah.
So the double doors at the New Delhi Mental Hospital hiss closed as you step into the lobby. The weight of a mail satchel cuts into your shoulder. Just as you did 20 separate times during the shuttle ride here, you wonder how you got into this mess. The man in red assured you there would be further instructions when you arrived, but hadn't elaborated before disappearing into the shadowy alleyway where he had requested to meet you. You almost didn't take the job. You're not in the business of delivering the parcels of homeless weirdos in tattered rags. But that had all changed when the weirdo had produced a wad of cash as thick as your thumb.
That's not that much cash.
Well, maybe they were high bills. Maybe they were like $100 bills.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. Had you not been so tired, you would have probably asked where the money had come from. But there was something about the man in red's voice, so smooth and charismatic. Impossible to resist.
The bald
was
guy.
this the same guy somehow?
It's the bald guy.
Kind of like what God's voice must be like. Not merely instructing or requesting, but simply stating how things were going to be, like he knew everything. Forget it. Just another job. Get the instructions and deliver the parcel. Then enjoy the money and forget all about weirdos in red. So quickly, Jay, I want to prompt you to think about this guy in red and does he seem familiar at all, like before today?
Is it Buddha?
No, like within the series. Jesus, what?
Well, he's bald.
What?
He's bald, right? Buddha's bald.
Oh my gosh. Jay, I'm talking about like within the series. Does this figure seem familiar? Think about what we saw recently in Trilogy's notes.
I'm trying here. I really am. But,
okay. Do you want me? I think this. Do you want me to make this connection for you, or do you want to wait?
Will it be made more clear at the end of this? Is there
maybe sometime later.
Do you think it's important that I know it now?
Not necessarily, but I definitely made the connection by now.
Go ahead then, I guess.
I mean, only if you want to. Like, we don't have to.
If you think if it's something that's like obvious, then go ahead and tell me.
Okay, well, a bald man in a red robe, that's kind of very similar to the outline of a person Trilby saw when he was dying on the stump.
Oh, yeah.
It was an outline. The head was, like kind of pale skin and bald. And then there was like a red outline of like a robe.
Why was Buddha there when Trilby died?
So, and he was talking about how, you have yet to fulfill your destiny in the grand scheme of things. And the very fact that I'm here means that you live.
It's also very similar to what happened to the one girl whenever he was like, your plans and destiny are gone. Like, you're done.
Yeah. Isn't that interesting?
Very interesting.
So,
Anyhow.
Seems to be a connection here.
So we need to figure out what the male guy is doing.
Yeah. So the male guy, it seems to be just some guy who the man in red paid in order to deliver something to a mental hospital, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I guess we're in the lobby.
Buddha's a lot more forceful than I remember him being.
Oh gosh.
Lobby. Everything about the New Delhi mental hospital screams surgical. The uncarpeted floor is so sterilized you almost feel guilty walking on it. There are no corners in the architecture. The walls are curved and smooth, painting an insipid pastel blue. The room stretches hugely off in all directions. The exit doors to the south and an archway labeled Cell Block 1 to the north. I guess we're going to the north then. Oh, I gotta click back onto it. You don't want it. Oh, wait, you go ahead and say this.
No, you said go north. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You don't want to go anywhere near those freaks in the cells without a damn good reason.
That's not very nice.
It's true. They are mentally ill, and you are bullying them.
Yeah.
Only mentally ill people get to bully themselves. Those are the rules.
Yeah.
What is there to do then? Roof stretches off. The exit doors to the south. Well, we shouldn't go to the south because because going south would do this.
Yeah, it says.
Can't leave this place.
The room stretches hugely off in all directions. So try east and west.
Oh. Outside the elevator. You're outside the main elevator that can take you up to any of the 30 floors that make New Delhi Mental Hospital one of the better equipped loony bins in the United Coalition. Nearby is a small lounge area with a ratty looking sofa and a coffee table. On the coffee table is a page. Take page. Read page.
Oh, I bet I know. Yeah.
It's the Book of the Bridge, Chapter 3, the
Chapter
last
3.
book of the bridge. 1. So the prince bade the bridge keeper to touch the cunning thief, and at their conjoined hands the covetous thief was thrown down. Trilby didn't know the name of the king. So that's whenever Trilby killed him. He murdered him in the whole face.
Yeah.
And the cunning thief wept aloud. Why have I been made a part of this great evil, to have murdered with my own hands, and to be made glad of mindless destruction through my own eyes? I curse this house. 3. The prince was rightly pleased. The cunning thief now sees our message, and I will guide the bridge keeper to the first of the 3 constructions. Henceforth, the cunning thief shall be the guide. Okay, so this is where the prince was like, wait a minute, you could be useful. Well, I mean, he said he was useful from the get-go, but now he, is very sure that he's going to be useful and is officially calling him the guide.
Yep.
And the guide, who was the cunning thief, gathered together his thief wife and thief son in the house that was the mind of the bridge keeper. They called to their hosts. 5. But the bridge keeper was fearful, for the guide had clad the thief wife in the vestments of the father, the thief son in those of the brother, and the bridge keeper soft in his confusion. Interesting. So the bridge keeper was fearful. So he was fearful, had clad the thief wife in the vestments of the father.
Yeah, John Defoe was fearful.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. Cool. Keeper, and
Yeah,
he saw.
they were exercising him.
Yeah, and he didn't understand. 6. And the guide put fire to the bridge keeper, and the body of the bridge keeper was destroyed utterly. And the mind of the bridge keeper was destroyed by 1/2, and across the great dark ocean 1/3 of the bridge appeared. 7. And the king said, I see the bridge, but it's only 1/3. It must be complete before I may attend the land of technology. So, I'm assuming the second half of the bridge was created right before Trilby died. Like the second third of it.
Yeah?
Whenever Trilby died, that was created. And then he's going to be there whenever the
As
last
the guide?
Third. Yeah, as the guide, he's going to be the person to make the last third appear. Whether willingly or not.
Seems like a fair theory from what we've heard so far.
I want to try going west to see what's on the other side.
Yeah, go for it. I mean, there doesn't seem to be anything else by the elevator, right?
Lobby.
I guess you can go up if you wanted to.
That's true. Everything about the New Delhi Mental Hospital. Oh, I've already seen this. Oh, go west
There's
again.
a telephone ringing.
Oh, wait. Use phone? Oh.
Say, X phone or whatever.
Can't see him.
X telephone. Oh, you says faintly. Maybe you gotta go west first.
Okay. Reception. You're standing at reception, leaning over the desk with your elbows resting on the surface. Much of the wall before you is decorated with a suitably pacifying work of 2D art. Sitting askew on the reception desk is a white plastic phone. The telephone is ringing. X phone. Oh shit! Wait, you weren't wait, no, X phone. That's you.
Yeah, you weren't aware that anyone still used audio-only communication. Maybe it's the conversation piece. The telephone is ringing.
Use phone? Oh.
Maybe take phone?
Okay.
Answer phone?
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
You pick up the phone and hold it to your ear. A familiar voice says, "The occupant of cell 105 is the recipient. Do not let the guards see you. You will receive more money as soon as the parcel is delivered." They hung up before you could say anything, and you replaced the handset, baffled.
Does that mean we're gonna have to go to the fucking...
Well, cell 105, I guess. Don't let the guards see you. But you get more money if you do it, so...
Cell 1... So we have to go to cell block 1, I'm assuming?
Yeah, well, it says, cell block 1. I mean, I guess 105. That would make sense, naming convention-wise.
Go east. And then we need to go north. Corridor. You're in an unfurnished north-south corridor. There's a sign on one of the walls. Read sign.
It has 2 arrows. The one pointing south is marked lobby, and the one pointing north says cell block 1.
Go north. Oh wait, I can just...
Oh, that's you.
You're standing outside the hugely thick and armored door to a cell marked cell 101. The corridor continues east and south. There's a dropper built into the cell door. A learned-looking doctor type is here, flanked by a small entourage of youth. Toby, one of the guards, is patrolling here. Doctor seems to be giving a tour of the cell block to his apprentices and is giving a detailed description of the occupant of cell 101. What would
I wonder if you can listen to. Yeah.
Listen
to doctor.
To doctor.
Or tour or whatever. Probably best not to draw attention to yourself. We can't seem to convince him that he isn't covered in crawling insects, says the doctor. We have to constantly keep his fingernails cut in case he scratches himself severely, and that's one of the least popular jobs among the orderlies. I can tell you, the youths titter fondly.
Follow doctor, maybe?
Maybe just, go further?
Would that just be go north?
You can't go that way. But the doctor and his entourage move east.
Go east is what I should have said. So 102. You were standing.
You go for it, and I'll just read the doctor.
Got it. You're standing outside the hugely thick and armored door to a cell marked Cell 102. More cells lie to the east and west. A learned-looking doctor type is here, flanked by a small entourage of youth. There's a dropper built into the cell door.
Okay, cool, but it's 105, right?
Yeah, so we need to keep going east until we get to 105.
But I'm afraid most of the rest of the cases in Cell Block 1 are rather textbook. Certainly nothing worth wasting our precious time by giving a full description. The doctor pauses to push his spectacles back up his nose. There is one exception, however. I think you'll find this the highlight of the tour. I guess, okay. Go for it.
Cell 103. You're standing outside the hugely thick and armored door to a cell marked Cell 103. More cells lie to the east and west. There's a dropper built into the cell door. Doctor arrives from the west.
If you type wait, then I think the doctor will start speaking.
Time passes.
Oh shit, no, never mind. Fuck.
You keep going east until we get...
Go east. 104.
And then we need to go east again.
Go east again, yeah. Oh, okay, here we go. So I guess it's just the 105, the one that we're going to. That's the... Okay, go for it.
You are standing outside the hugely thick and armored door to a cell marked Cell 105. This is the end of cell block, and the only way to go is back west. Excuse me, a learned-looking doctor type is here, flanked by a small entourage of youths. There's a dropper built into the cell door. Clive, one of the guards, is patrolling here.
Yes, you'll remember it was all over the news. Last year, the EFS Mephistopheles was relaunched with a skeleton crew of 6.
Oh, shit!
The appointed ship's counselor was one Dr. Jonathan Somerset, and he reported for duty punctually and on schedule. The youths draw nearer, the children gathering around Nanny for story time. Now you can say wait. Time passes. A slightly perverse smile flashes in the doctor's face. Unfortunately, shortly after the launch, it was discovered that the real Dr. Jonathan Somerset was dead, pushed down a flight of stairs, presumably by the imposter who had taken his place. Off-world security was dispatched to intercept the Mephistopheles.
Wait.
Time passes. Its last recorded communication was an SOS distress call to the EFS Charisma. By the time off-world security arrived, this man had slaughtered the entire crew. He glances at the sullen prisoner and shakes his head sadly. Time passes. You can be this.
So, who is he?
Asks a lanky, bespectacled youth. His name is Malcolm Somerset, replies the doctor. The only son of Dr. Jonathan Somerset. He was a student of psychology at Ganymede University, wanting to follow in his father's footsteps, but he failed at the final examination and dropped out. Time passes. The doctor's eyes never leave the patient in cell 105 through his entire speech. There's a note of remorse in his voice. It seems becoming of a shipboard counselor was his dream. And when his father was called up, he couldn't hold in his jealousy.
Wait.
Time passes. The interrogative youth in spectacles poses the doctor another question.
So, why did you kill the Mephistopheles crew?
That's partly why he remains under psychiatric study, comes the answer. It's a complete mystery. Time passes. His profile is completely inconsistent with a spree killer. The best theory we have is that he was found out and killed out of desperation, but that doesn't explain the demented creativity, the sheer bloodthirsty relish with which his crewmates were slaughtered. The doctor's expression is suddenly very dark. Time passes. One man was impaled, another was blinded. The first officer had her head twisted right around. Many of the corpses were dismembered and stitched randomly together into Frankenstein-like monstrosities. He takes a moment to watch the horrified faces of the students and to let them gawk through the peephole some more, trying to imagine how the silent creature before them could have committed such things. Certainly not the actions of a man simply trying to cover up a far less serious crime. Time passes. But let's leave him for the moment and move on, says the doctor, so as he and the students move westwards with obvious haste. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, we get to see... So his name was Malcolm. Did we know that from the get-go?
Yeah, so the guy we're delivering a package... No, we didn't know that. That's the first time. So the guy who we're delivering a package to is the guy we played as in 7 Days a Skeptic.
I can scroll back to see what the... It was like a Dropbox, is that what it's called, or something like that?
Yeah, there was a Dropbox. Here, you can say "look around," and it'll
Got it.
re-put the description of the area. Oh, never mind.
Just use look? Yeah.
Okay, just look, okay.
So 105, you're standing outside the hugely thickened route. There's a dropper built into the jump.
Oh, but Clive's patrolling.
Talk to Clive? Ex-Clive?
I don't think, I don't think you want to, you can do that if you want. I just don't think you want to draw any attention to yourself.
Guard is smartly dressed in a blue and black uniform with peaked cap and watches you suspiciously.
Okay, so he's eyeing you, so he's probably not just going to leave.
Should we follow the group?
Maybe.
Oh wait,
I think
west.
they went west, yeah. Toby's patrolling here. It'd be south to leave the cell block. Well, your goal is cell 105. You just got to figure out how to get Clive out of there.
What would be the right way to get Clive out of there? Oh, we gotta go do something that gets his attention.
Not necessarily. You're overthinking it. Honestly, go back towards cell 105 and just kind of see what's going on.
That makes sense. Wait, where did we get this?
North.
Cool.
And then east.
Oh.
North.
North.
East. Oh yeah, like Toby. Yeah,
Oh wait.
Oh. Look, Toby went. Okay, so Toby and Clive are both at 103 now. Clive, says Toby. Go ahead.
Should I?
You be Clive. You be Clive.
Toby.
Says Clive.
So should we keep going east?
Sure. Oh, Toby enters.
From the east.
Go east.
Oh,
nobody's here. Nobody's here. Quick. And by quick, I mean as the next message. Nobody can enter until like you pass time by.
What is it like? Use dropper or something?
I'd say probably put package in dropper. Okay. You place the parcel in the dropper while no one is looking and slam it shut. Feeling an enormous sense of accomplishment and relief, you exit the cell block and swiftly leave the asylum by the front door. After collecting your fee, you live out the rest of your life in varying degrees of happiness and contentment. Occasionally, the strange man in red and the contents of the mysterious parcel will come back to haunt your curiosity, but this is nothing that cannot be swiftly dismissed. You will never know the significance of the role you played in the machinations of destiny.
Oh, so we have no idea what the fuck that was.
Nope, that trilogy is over. We've successfully set up 6 Days of Sacrifice.
Damn.
The conclusion of the series.
Now we're done recording for all of July, except for what we do on our vacation.
Yeah, because, as much as I'd love to jump into 6 Days of Sacrifice, like, now, like, it's late, and also we don't have enough time to record it all.
True. And starting it now and then not knowing if we'll even be able to record it again. I mean, technically we would be able to maybe in a week after I get back from my trip.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it'd be over a week.
I mean, we... Like, if you were still up for it, and you think that maybe we could record tomorrow, then we could start it, but, like...
We should probably, if we're going to record it, we should probably wait for tomorrow, because if we did it tomorrow, then... Right? Would that make more sense? Because we could record more?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we could do a solid introductory episode tonight if you wanted to, since it's not quite late, super late. Or we could just put it out tomorrow. And also, tomorrow doesn't necessarily have to happen. Like, you can
I
you
say
can
we
say,
put it
no, I'm
off
busy,
just
or
in
don't want to.
case. Just in case,
Okay. Yeah, if you'd rather do that, then let's do that. We'll put it off, and we'll say, I don't know, maybe we'll do it tomorrow. And then if you don't end up having time tomorrow or whatever, then we won't be able to shoot.
Cool. All right.
Cool. I like that plan.
I like that plan too. Oh, Lord.
Anyways, what do you think about the Countdown trilogy? Like, yeah, it was reading, but I don't think it was like that bad. I think it was easier than the first episode we did back to this
for sure.
franchise.
I think it's very interesting. I'm very fascinated by all of this.
We have a setup. We got the return of like 7 Days of Skeptic stuff, which like hasn't really been like super relevant.
It's been relevant in forever.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden it's like, yep, here's Malcolm Somerset.
Yeah, remember him? And we're like, huh? God, dude.
Yeah, isn't that really cool? I think it's really cool.
That is a really cool way to like reintroduce a character, you know?
Let me find something real quick. Do I have that on here? Shit. Oh, I do. Cool. So this is the 7 Days of Skeptic game, right?
Yeah.
So watch what happens when I hit start game.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. Blah blah. Blah, some Watanabe terminal 2380 login Night Killer 14. There's a password. All right. Welcome back to your personal network interface, Malcolm. You have 0 new messages. There are 3 news items that match your preferences. Command news. In Science Station disaster, relaunch of Mephistopheles. New breed of salmon discovered. Relaunch. The scoutship Mephistopheles, first built 2328, was relaunched yesterday. After extensive upgrades, she'll be assigned the map of the uncharted regions of the Carcass Galaxy. Yeah, Barry Shah Hall. I just committed Barry Shah Hall, blah, 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 whatever. But yeah, this is Malcolm checking the news and learning about the news of Mephistopheles and all that at the beginning before the game. Isn't that interesting?
Very interesting, yeah.
His name was in this game. We just had no reason to think that was the main character.
Interesting, yeah. Wow.
Yeah, kind of cool.
I remember
just
that.
To show that.
Shit, I haven't seen that
name real quick to you.
Long.
Yeah. Anyways, that's that, right? That's that we've gone through the we've purified our blessed agonies in a way. We've gone through, we've gone through seeing a person get brutally murdered. We've gone through both in the body torture way and also in the anguish way, being killed by a lover. And now we've also seen somebody kind of like have to someone deliver this package to Malcolm Somerset, the protagonist of 7 Days of Skeptic, and it says mind, although it's not really really super aligned with that blessed agony, but whatever.
Very true.
Next time we're gonna go into this. So look, I think it's Friday this week is how I'm planning it.
Cool.
No, wait, yeah, this comes out. No, never mind. This comes out Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So this will be. Yeah, fuck it. This is Monday. We just kind of did like a thing in a row, setting up 6 Days of Sacrifice. So get excited.
Very true. This is this is almost over.
Yeah, we're almost done with this. 6 Days of
Just a few
Sacrifice
more
won't take us
Chzo
too
Mythos,
long.
and then it's over.
Then Chzo Mythos will be done, and we'll move on to another game that Jay's pretty excited about. Jay actually got to choose.
True, I get to choose.
That'll be a lot of
This
fun.
is crazy.
Yeah.
Well, that's not how this usually works. Usually I'm
Yeah.
thrown in head first into whatever we're doing, but this time I still don't know what we're doing. But I at least have heard of the game. Life is great.
It's true. All right. Well, with that being said, anything else you want to say about this?
I don't
Any idea
think so.
what's in the package?
I don't know what's in the package. Is it a time
Yeah.
travel device?
I don't know.
If that's the case, then my intuition is just built different. I don't know what I can tell you. My intuition in some of these things that we do is scary. Like, sometimes I'm completely right and other times I'm completely wrong. But I think I have pretty good intuition.
You do generally have pretty good intuition.
But also, it's probably not a time machine. But Ariah won't tell me either way.
Well, we'll just have to find out.
You'd be a bad co-host if you told me either way.
We'll just have to find out next time in 6 Days of Sacrifice.
Hell yeah.
Maybe it won't be next time, but we'll find out when we play 6 Days of Sacrifice. Maybe.
Hell yeah.
Otherwise, if we don't find out, then what was this for, right? Like.
It's true. What was this for? We're actually gonna get some 7 Days of Skeptic fucking. Like, we're gonna get, like, a reference to it more than this?
Jay, as I said, 6 Days of Sacrifice ties the whole thing together.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
God.
I'm very excited for it.
What a fucking... This is gonna be weird when this is over.
Yeah, it is, but we're gonna move on to bigger and better things. Jay, thank you so much for indulging me with this series, because I don't know, this is a series of games that's near and dear to my heart in like a really interesting way, and it's kind of really cool to see you go through it,
Yeah, for sure. I've enjoyed it, yeah.
Because not very many people know about it. Like, it's not the most popular thing.
It's true. I'd never heard of it before we got here.
Yeah.
God, okay. I guess this is the last one for the Countdown Trilogy, and tomorrow... Is it tomorrow or next week?
Yep, it'll be tomorrow.
Cool. So tomorrow, we finish.
Yeah!
Oh, man. God.
Alright.
It's almost over. What the fuck is my life? Why is... Yeah, I was telling Ariah about this earlier. My life is whack as hell. Which gives
that's true.
Which makes me entertaining, Trauma does that. But, like, this is a weird-ass life. And the fact that when things end, it just always gives me so much more perspective. Especially stuff like this, where the first game was near the beginning of this channel's life cycle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's...
Well, the first game we did it like
oldest series
2
we're still
years
doing.
ago, 3 years ago.
Right?
It's the
oldest
series.
multi-game franchise we're still doing.
Yeah.
Other than Homestuck, but that doesn't really count since it's not like...
And, Danganronpa came out after that. God.
Oh, we are doing Danganronpa. Never mind. Yeah, no, we did Danganronpa first. I just forgot that we're still doing Danganronpa.
I want to keep doing Danganronpa. I miss Danganronpa.
Yeah. Danganronpa is technically like... See, the reason that... I guess okay, you know what? Just Danganronpa 0, and then we can do more Danganronpa.
Yeah, that's the plan. I mean, we're still doing Danganronpa. We still need to read more of that, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely. We gotta do that soon.
Anyhow, I think this has been great. The Countdown Trilogy was nice. We recorded all these videos, bang, 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 right in a row. My question of the day is, have you ever time traveled before?
Yeah. Look, I kind of constantly time travel. It's kind of weird. I haven't really talked to anybody else who experiences this, but I'm only ever in one time, right? So I'm traveling forward, second, a second, and then a second will happen, right? And so I'm always traveling forward in time, It's kind of interesting.
Nah, for me, time just doesn't move.
Yeah. See, this is this is the interesting subjective differences I've been noticing between people. It's pretty cool.
And for some people, they move backwards.
Yeah, I met someone like that.
Jesus Christ. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. That would be greatly appreciated. Comment down below. Tell us what you thought. Subscribe, post notification. If you want to see what we're doing next, go to ariahandj.com.
It's all about yes and Jay.
I know. And unfortunately, I could go forever, but I won't.
Yeah.
I know when to stop. However, anyhow, go to ariahandj.com, check out all our socials. A couple specifically, I'd like to shout out our Buy Me a Coffee page, so please give us money. Or you could buy our merch, because our merch is pretty cool. We got some stickers, hopefully pins in the future soon. And also, go to our Discord, which would be really cool to interact with you, and we really like interacting with people. Also, give us all your money and buy everything. Sell us out, please. That would be hilarious. I hope
I mean, like, if you, like, you know, if you don't have the money, or just if you, like, want to use it
spend
for
all
other
your
things,
money
like,
is the
then
plan.
you're totally valid. But, like, you know, like, it's an option for you if you have the extra money and want to support us in that way. It would mean a lot to us, but just definitely don't feel pressured to, especially since our merch is very overpriced. And if you want to support us more directly and don't care about the merch, then definitely like the Buy Me a Coffee or the Super Thanks as well, which you can do in the channel now. You can actually just donate right with the comment section, but that's, you know, only if that's something that you have. But the merch is also an option for you, although it's a bit overpriced. We don't get quite as much of it, but it's kind of like a cool thing to have. I don't know. I think it's all there as options for you if you can and want to, but definitely don't feel pressured to at all. Just watching, especially if you're watching to this point, to hear what I'm saying means a lot to us, and we love y'all anyways.
Yeah, well, you speak for yourself. If you don't buy everything we have and give us all of your money, then how do we know you're actually our fan, you know?
I can't believe you act this way in recording.
I can't believe that you don't.
I don't know. I go along with it most of the time. I just like to say that once in a while.
I can't believe that you act so differently off recording. I'm the same on and off, you know?
I am the same on and off, Jay.
Nope.
I'm the same on and off. You are different on and off.
You are lying.
I'm sure I am.
I refuse to be slandered this way. This is the same as our podcast episode from way back in the day when you guys called me a nice person. It's all lies. I'm only here for the views, and if anybody like gets mad at me for it, I told them that from the get-go.
Sure.
It's true though. And then I'll give an apology video where I play the ukulele.
Oh, will you now?
Oh, so topically. My team told me not to talk about it, but they never said I couldn't sing about it.
Fair enough.
Have you seen that drama?
I have not.
Miranda Sings gave the like she was accused of like grooming minors and stuff, and her response was a 10-minute video of her like playing ukulele and singing about the backlash.
Wow.
It's the worst YouTuber apology video of all time. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great day, night, whatever time it is for you, and please never pick up a ukulele again. Bye!
Never. I'm just kidding, it's fun. I love you all. Bye!
I'm surprised you didn't hear about that. That was like everywhere the past few days.